Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, somebody me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. So guys, let's go ahead and just jump right back into it, shall we? Please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes while entertaining you, and let's jump right in. Alarm chat, you are up, and let's go. Okay. Or I thought, okay, there we go. Alright, that's understandable. How have the past few days been interesting for you? Oh, well, as of yesterday, Diego and I are now official. What? Really? Yep. Congratulations, I'm happy for you both. Diego sure needs someone like you in his life. I'm glad you think so. Make sure you look after him, okay? He deserves a clean break. Promise. Are you boys ready to roll out? Anytime you're ready, Lukas. Good to go. Good. Let's get moving then. Before long, our team arrived at the building where the mayor was due to give his speech. As Lukas had requested, I was manning the door while Eric operated the metal detector behind me. Things on our end went off without a hitch. Eventually, the facility was full to capacity, and the people waiting to enter dwindled to almost nothing. This gave Eric and I an opportunity to talk. You seemed awfully meek earlier. Me? Meek? Never! Really? You seemed awkward around Lukas today. No flirty quips or anything. Well, what's up with that? You're just imagining things. I somehow doubt that. Dom noticed too. I'm guessing you came down pretty hard after that stunt you pulled the other day. How do you know about that? I went in to help Lukas get the printer working. As soon as it connected, it picked up the cue. I see. Yeah, that was a mistake, and we'll leave it at that. Alrighty then. Oh, by the way, I have progress to report. Oh yeah? Lay it on me. Diego and I are now official. Whoa, congrats. Does that mean you've seen the goods? Is that all you think about? Guilty as charged. So, have you? Yeah. Satisfied? Very. That's what I like to hear. But yeah, we're just starting out. But I already care for him a lot. I suppose being friends for as long as we have been helps with that. Makes sense to me. Good to hear you got what you wanted. What's next for you then? You say that as if I'm on a spree to court as many guys as I can. I mean, I would, but that's just me. To answer your question, he's got his first fight in the combat tournament tomorrow. For the immediate future, I'm just going to support him with that. He hasn't had long to train, so I'm hoping he'll be ready for it. Either way, you'll know soon. Yep, we've already met his first opponent too. A shark by the name of Russell. Looks pretty strong, but might be too laid back for his own good. What do you... A commotion from within the building caught our attention. Turning to face in that direction, we saw Lukas had a guy face down on the ground, his hands bound. Only moments after, police officers arrived and took the man away, with Lukas following them to the door. Eric and I shared a look of surprise. What was that all about? Turns out the mayor's new policy is, unpopular. You probably knew that before. Probably why he hired us in the first place. Thankfully nobody got hurt, except maybe that guy, and I doubt anyone would try anything after that show of power. Huh. Eric's expression briefly suggested he might have a clever and no doubt sexual quip to make, but instead he remained silent, a decision that he seemed to find depressing. Given Eric's prior persistence, Lukas must have really brought out the big guns to him for him to fall in line. I was dead curious as to what that might have entailed, but Eric certainly wasn't talking. Considering how far I'd gotten the last time I'd pressed people for secrets, I didn't feel confident in digging around to find out more. It was best I left it. It was just best I left it. Soon the speech wrapped up and we manned the doors once more, returning any goods held in reception and seeing people on their way. The crowd thinned to almost nothing, and the four of us met in the center of the room for a debriefing. Good work, everybody. That went about as smoothly as it ought to have. Couldn't have done much about that one guy, but you handled it. Indeed. Oh. I do apologize on the mayor's behalf. Most understandably, his desire to remain following the incident was lacking. As I am sure you are aware, the local government employed the Cutter Corporation to provide services such as this until recently. Said corporation is the state preferred provider. However, as the mayor has been most dissatisfied with the quality of the services received and thus, he went against the desires of his superiors in higher government to seek alternative options. He has requested that I pass on his most enthusiastic satisfaction with your team and their performance today. I dare say he will desire your services once again in the near future. The mayor has an eye for quality. Glad to see someone does. Cutter has been undercutting our prices with his awful service for months now. I would suspect his low prices have a lot to do with why they've got the state contract. Typical. Ah, but I have said all I wish to say. I bid you all adieu. That guy creeps me out. He was speaking on behalf of the mayor? Does he work for the government? Spencer has his finger in many different pies. Not all of them make much sense to me. Still, that's good news, right? Sounds like you've got more business coming. And the pay was surprisingly generous. Cutter won't be pleased, though. I should steel myself for a phone call. Anyway, good work, all of you. We're done here. Our group dispersed and headed our separate ways. I had no plans for the rest of the day. I could head straight home to Diego, or I could spend some time in town. What do I want to do? Oh, Shark Guy. Sharknado. I made the decision to head to the food court instead of heading straight home. I've been eating largely the same things as Diego had been, and while I was happy to do so in supporting his training, I had cravings. This way I could eat what I wanted to without tempting him in the process. Seemed like a win-win. Upon arrival at the mall, I made my way into the food court and perused my options. Kebabs, a dunbaree, buffet, maybe just a burger. Oh, dude, fancy running into you again. Russell, what a surprise! Right, it's Diego, not with you? Nope, I just finished work and I'm dropping by for a bite to eat before I head home. I want to eat like trash without tempting him. That's totally noble of you, dude. Respect. I'm here for the same reason. If it wouldn't bother you, we could, eat together? I don't honestly see why not. What were you planning to get? I was thinking sushi. You got my first heat tomorrow. Don't want to overdo it. What about you? A burger. A huge burger, juicy and tender. Got those meat cravings, huh? It wouldn't be the first time I've had meat today, but you can never have enough. Right you are, my dude. Let's get our grub on and meet somewhere. It'd be, pretty cool to chat for a bit and stuff. Okay, see you soon. I made my way to the burger place and joined the queue. Several minutes passed before I made my order, and several minutes before my meal arrived. I'd gone overboard. My order included one of the biggest and most extravagant burgers on the menu with fries and a drink. On top of that, I ordered some chicken bites and a strawberry-flavored sundae. Good God, Calorie City. Having grabbed my order, I made my way to the table where Russell was already waiting and sat down opposite him. Whoa! Whoa, dude, you aren't kidding about eating like trash. What can I say? I have cravings. I totally get you, dude. Looking over at Russell's plate, he had ordered a bento. Ooh, bentos are good. There were several pieces of sushi, a spring roll, and some kind of meat and rice meal as the main event. Damn, that actually looks quite good. It is, man, it is. So, how's Diego's training going? Do you, think he's ready for our fight tomorrow? I hope so. He was very late. He was a very late entry, so he hasn't much time to train. I know he's nervous. He probably has nothing to worry about, man. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm just there for fun and to meet new people. And so far, so good. I met all you guys. That's pretty surprising, given I only moved here a few days ago. I'm quite new here myself. I got lucky that I met Axel on the train ride over. I already knew Diego, and I met a bunch of people through them. It can be real tough moving to a new town on your own. I was really lucky to run into Axel like that. We were friends in school. And through him, you met us. That's a great result, huh? Yep. I hope no matter what happens tomorrow, we can all be friends. Knowing Diego, if he loses, he might be a little sour for a bit, but butter him up in a bit and he'll be fine. How would I do that, my dude? Food. That's totally simple. I dig it. Hey, shall we exchange contact details? If things go badly for him, I'll arrange a time with you to drop some pizzas by or something. That's good of you, man. That's good of you, my man. Here. Russell passed his phone to me. I held them back to back until there was a pling sound, and then confirmed the sharing of our details on both devices before handing his phone back. That should do it. Sweet! That's an interesting area code, man. You from the city? That's right. Whoa, ain't Woodcrest a little small compared to what you're used to? Honestly, I like it. The city sucked. It's fair enough, my dude. Being stuck in traffic every day would be a major bummer. I'm also super expensive. It's also super expensive. I'm super expensive. It's also super expensive. It's nice here. Diego owns his own house, so I'm just sort of staying with him right now. Nice! Do you have much trouble finding work? Nah, I got set up really quickly. Got put in touch with a few contacts and managed to pick up work through them. I see. I'm still looking. Well, one of the guys I'm working for might be able to offer you something. Do you want me to text you their details? I'd appreciate that heaps, man. I pulled my phone back out and texted him Ty and Lukas's information. The first guy's name is Ty. He runs a bar nearby. I don't know if he's looking for workers, but he's a great guy. It's worth a shot at least. The second guy is Lukas. He's a bit cranky, but overall a decent boss. He does event promotion type work. Tell him I sent you. Hopefully that's worth something. Why do you say that? Well, I haven't been working for Lukas long. It's like you're passing the torch, my dude. Kinda. I'm in the same situation you were, right? Yeah, I guess there's something weirdly poetic about it now that the shoe is on the other foot, so to speak. I appreciate you, dude. Anyway, thanks for sharing lunch with me. I better get moving. Gotta squeeze in as much training as I can. Are you sure that's wise? Diego's taking the day off to make sure he's recovered. Whoa, didn't think of it like that. I guess that's pretty smart. Maybe I should take it a little easier. I assume you'll be at the fight tomorrow. That's the plan. Hope you won't be offended if I cheer Diego on. Not at all, my dude. I guess I'll see you there then. Catch you soon, my man. Russell got up and made his way out of the food court. I finished the final bites of my meal. Man, I was stuffed. I got up and followed suit shortly after Russell. I was curious as to how the next day would go. Diego's chances were good considering how lax Russell was, but there was still a chance he would lose. Either way, Russell seemed like a stand-up guy. Hopefully, however the following day went, we could still all be friends after the fact. Alright, time to go see my man. Hell yeah, let's get that. Diego dig. Upon my arrival back home, I found Diego lazing on the couch, his eyes staring blankly into the cosmos. I flopped down immediately to his right, joining him in his laziness. Hey, Brian, how was your day? Not so bad. We were doing security for some political thing. Lukas had to put some guy down. Damn, sounds like I missed out on the fun. He handled it well. Eric was acting super weird around Lukas, too. Probably got the grilling of a lifetime. I don't know. Whatever Lukas did, it worked. It's weird to see Eric behaving himself. I can imagine. The only other thing that happened was, well, Spencer was there. He spoke to our group on the mayor's behalf. The mayor? Is this guy into politics now, too? I have no idea. He's as cryptic as ever, and I know better than to push my luck. Such a weird guy. How was your day? It was great. It was great until you left. After that, pretty boring. I've just been trying to keep my thoughts off the fight, distract myself. Are you nervous? A little. Puh, who am I kidding? Hell yeah, I'm nervous. I have no idea how this is gonna go. It's nerve-wracking, if I'm honest. I've been wanting a drink all day to calm the nerves and all that. That's understandable. I'd be nervous too in your situation. I don't give in. I didn't give in though. I told you I wouldn't. I'm making good on my promise. Today was just harder than most. But now that you're home, I have a distraction. It'll get easier, I promise. And we have the rest of the night to ourselves to prepare for the big day. Yeah, we do. Diego and I passed a good several hours just goofing around, watching TV, playing the odd video game, and occasionally even getting a little touchy with one another. The night was going well, and it seemed as though I had succeeded in taking his mind off the tournament. Nope. I wonder who that could be. To my surprise, opening the door revealed none other than Ty, a wide smile painted upon his face. I invited him inside. Good evening to you both. Ty, what are you doing here? Man, nice fucking jacket, too. I've got a leather jacket just like that. Your heat is tomorrow. I figured I would pay you both a visit to check in. I'm your sponsor, after all. As such, it is fitting I would come with gifts. Ty placed several foiled wrapped plates on the table before us. The smell of freshly cooked meals filled my nostrils. Whoa, you brought us dinner? Only the finest ingredients to help prepare you for tomorrow. And it is only fair I brought some for Brian, too. Oh, Ty, I don't know what to say, thanks. You're the man, Ty. By the way, interesting choice of clothes. Oh, this? This used to be my riding gear back when I rode a motorcycle. These days, I simply wear it for comfort. Riding gear? You rode a motorcycle? Why'd you give it up? Well, do not get me wrong, motorcycles are great fun, especially on these winding roads. It is simply a decision of logistics. A motorcycle carries little cargo, for instance, and but a single passenger, and God forbid it suddenly rains. Makes sense to me. Still, who knew you were such a badass? Badass, eh? Note to self, buy a motorbike. So, would you like to stay and share dinner with us? Oh, well, I would loathe to intrude. We insist, you brought us dinner after all. Well, if that is the case, I did make my own serving. Permit me to retrieve it and we can all eat together. Sounds good. Ty would return moments later with his own foil-wrapped plate. He sat on the couch to my right, with me sandwiched between the two of them. Diego, how are you feeling about tomorrow? Do you think you are ready? I don't know. I'm nervous. I have every faith you will do well. Your first competitor is a newcomer, so you have the advantage of experience. Russell, yeah. Hopefully your training yesterday was enough. He seems to be winging it, so I guess that works in my favor.
I see. I have every faith you will do well. You managed to beat me in training, did you not?
I guarantee you weren't giving it your all.
Perhaps not, but then you surely gave me a run for my money. If you recall, I was a semi-finalist last year, so that surely speaks of your ability.
That's right, you mentioned that. Who was it you lost to again?
Well, it was your ex-partner.
Oh shit, Kyrax? I hadn't thought about that. Shit, I should have read the list of participants. You, don't know if he's competing or not, do you?
I have not read it myself. If I hear anything, I will be sure to let you know.
Huh, well shit, now I'm worried.
If he was competing, how would you feel about that?
Worried. He was always stronger than me, much stronger.
If I were in your shoes, I would not worry too much. There are many participants, after all, and it would be unlikely for the two of you to come face to face. And of course, that assumes he is even competing in the first place. Your best course of action would be to keep up your training and hope for the best.
There's no time for more training.
Well, I do not think you have anything to worry about.
I hope you're right. Diego was growing increasingly uncomfortable with the situation, and Ty was being characteristically vague. I decided to change the topic was in order. Oh, hey Ty, guess what? Diego and I are a thing.
What? Is this true?
Oh, yep, it's true.
Well, my most heartfelt congratulations to you both. I am most certain you will make the most wonderful couple.
Heh, I think so too. Hear, hear. This calls for a drink to oh, that's right. This calls for a bite of this delicious dinner. Diego took a gluttonous bite of his meal. A certain sadness could be seen in his eyes, but he covered this up well with a hearty smile. Oh, by the way, I ran into Russell earlier. You did? Yeah, he wants to be friends no matter what goes down tomorrow, if that's cool with you, Diego. Depends on how badly he thrashes me.
Now, Diego, be optimistic.
Speaking of which, he's new to town and looking for work. I passed yours and Lucas's details on just in case you'd be able to help him out. I hope you're okay with that, Ty.
I see. That is not a problem. He might be in the casual pool as you are, but I might be able to do something for him. Lucas can always use new people, too.
That's good. He seems like a good guy for a little easygoing. Hopefully he'll be a good fit.
I will patiently wait to hear from him, then.
The three of us finished our meals and chatted for a short while before Ty prepared to take his leave.
I do apologize that I cannot stay longer. I will, however, be at the fight tomorrow, cheering you on.
I appreciate that. I just hope I don't disappoint.
I don't for a minute believe that you will.
Thank you for the dinner, Ty. It was a nice surprise. Free food is the best. Free fine dining is even better.
Well, I will see you both tomorrow, then. Make sure you get plenty of sleep so that you are all well rested.
Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. If you're super thanks. Your tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!